Hi everyone, it's been a while since my last video. A lot has happened, and I wanted to make the sketchbook tour a while ago, but I actually had a giant move in the past month or so had to pack up all my stuff, move halfway across the country, finally settled in, and have time to at least make a quick recording before the end of the year. So I finished this sketchbook a couple of months ago, and again, because I got so busy, it's just taken me a couple of months to get to recording it, but happy to share it with you today. So I got this nice hardcover sketchbook from my job, actually. I think this was a Christmas present from them a few years ago, but I cover the back in stickers with some of my favorites on the front. But we're gonna jump right into it. So whenever I start and complete a sketchbook, I write those dates at the beginning of the book so I can look back and know exactly when it was from. So I started this sketchbook in March of 2022 and I finished in August of this year. So it took me about 3 years to finish this sketchbook, but when you're working full-time, that's not uncommon. So I'm just happy to have completed it. So this sketchbook starts off with a session from when me and my friends were playing Dungeons and Dragons. So I was sitting at a table with all of my friends, and as we played, I decided to just do some quick marker and pen sketches of them, which is kind of nice to see. And then on the following page, we have some pencil sketches, as well as some ballpoint pen sketches. And then over here are some strawberry dessert stickers that I designed. And I'm not going to talk about every single page in this sketchbook. I'll kind of let the pages speak for themselves and then just add to it every so often. So here, colored pencil sketches, as well as some pencil sketches from another session of D&D. My character Audra, who is a Tabaxi bard. And on this side, we have some pencil sketches of Poke Fusions, where two Pokemon are combined. There's a website for this, and I just hit the random button and then drew what I got. I think my favorites were the Starmie Ghastly combo or the Kakuna Venonat combo. Definitely not the Zubat Dratini. That is cursed. Here we have some pen sketches at an airport, and then a Posca marker drawing on the right. On the left are some pen sketches that I did on a trip to visit Portland with the Oregon Zoo and the Portland Art Museum, followed by more pen sketches and a little manga panel recreation from Spy Family. Oh, and again, this is also from D&D, some sketches from what we were doing in that session, and then my friends and I decided to have strawberry daiquiris one day, so I drew up this little kind of like logo design, and then I turned it into a sticker that I gave to all of my friends. So here we have a few pages full of Genshin characters. I originally did these in pencil from memory and they turned out really silly. And then I decided to go back and look at some references and redo the sketches in pen, just so I would have a nice collection of all the characters that were out at the time. So here we have most of the Mondstadt crew, as you can see. And then on this page it started transitioning into the Liyue characters. And here you can see where I lost steam, and they have the original pencil sketches that aren't as accurate. So looks like I started the Inazuman characters. Man, I didn't even get to Sumeru, but it's still fun to see. I like all the ones that I have so far. More random sketches. I love to draw food, so if I went to a fancy food place, had a dish that I liked, kind of chronicled it in my sketchbooks. So on this page, there's a lot to look at, so I will walk us through here. I ordered some washi tape from a few artists that I really like. I love watching food vlogs, and if there's a interesting recipe, sometimes I write it in my sketchbook. During this year, I also had a sponsorship with Sakura, so I was cutting out some of the images from their little like pamphlet that they send with all of their boxes. And then, let's see, these are the Aranara from Genshin Impact. Oh, and here is a sketch of my longtime OC, Renfrey. And then what I've been doing lately in my sketchbooks is printing out some of the digital pieces that I post online on like Instagram and stuff, and then pasting them into my sketchbooks, because you don't get to really like see your digital art in the same way that you see your sketches in your sketchbooks. So this is a nice way to combine the two. Here is designing some hairstyles, which ended up with the final result, and then the digital piece that I drew from it. Recipes. This was a comic that I drew just based on a line from the video game Undertale. Again, posting some comics that I made for Instagram. A loose leaf sketch that I pasted in alongside some more Posca marker sketches. And then some more sketches from the airport. Here we have a page full of different little chibi expressions. And then this is a Kirby bookmark that I designed in, it looks like 2023. Which is the same year that we started watching The Last of Us TV show. So I have a little sketch of the one of the characters from the show. More ballpoint pen sketches, as well as a nice redraw from this piece, which is from 2017. And then the redraw was from January of 2023. Here I have some post-it notes that I pasted in, and then a small building sketch. So this is after I moved to the West Coast, and we were trying out some new restaurants with, let's see, it looked like some calamari and some clam chowder, so drew that in here. And then the 4 Sumeru boys from Genshin Impact on this side. Here I designed a new stamp for my online shop featuring my cat Zuko. Oh, I really liked this pen sketch that I did. I would love to make a digital piece of this. A lot of times I will section off pages of my sketchbook with washi tape, and that kind of helps create smaller little canvases on larger pages. It just helps me finish sketchbooks, and it just helps me finish sketchbook pages a little easier. Here is a design for an acrylic charm that I made. And then some egg in the middle toast with Spam. And then I attended a digital conference in the spring of 2023, hosted by the group Asians in Advertising. So I like to kind of chronicle some of the talks that I got to watch during that little conference in my sketchbook. And then it looks like this page is just filled with doodles. Here we have some watercolor sketches of sites around our town on the West Coast. Then some Koroks. Little 3-leaf clover I pasted in. Some colored pencil and marker sketches. Here I was designing a character, just some random like wolf boy or whatever, and then some expressions. And then it looks like it says somewhat cursed practice action shots. So we have Joker from Persona, Cloud from Final Fantasy and Cuphead, and then Xiangling from Genshin Impact, who is my favorite comfort character. Most of the time I like to sketch with ballpoint pen. It's just easy to carry in my purse, lets me get a good range of values and sketches, and I just like the overall look of it. So you'll see a lot of spreads like this where I'm looking at an item, whether it's on the plane or in a store, and then I add it to my sketchbook. If I'm reading a book, sometimes I'll add notes of what I'm reading to my sketchbook. Here we have a sketch of Zuko, and then a more cartoon version of him. My character Ren Frey again. And then on the right here we have some sketches from the Jedediah Smith Redwood State Park in California, where me and my husband went to go see the redwoods for the first time, and it was really cool. And the state park had a little stamp station that I got to add to my sketchbook. This is kind of fun. When I was in my office one day, I looked outside and there was a deer outside my window, but at the time it was getting dark and the deer kept like staring through my window, so it looked kind of scary. It looked kind of cursed, so I ended up like leaving my office for a little bit. And then here is a little colored pencil sketch of me and my husband playing Paper Mario. And then I attended another conference held by Asians in Advertising. And here's another example of where I sectioned off a page with washi tape. And you're gonna see some pages like this too, where I just didn't finish what I was sketching. I had an idea, and maybe I'll get around to it again eventually, but it's okay. I'm not gonna lose sleep over a page that I didn't get to finish. It looks like here I accidentally left my AirPods at a airport gate, but luckily when I went back they were still there. Another building sketch. And then some designs for potential characters for different products. Here I have croissant hermit crabs, which I think are pretty cute. Some Posca marker sketches, colored pencil and marker. Here I was designing different frozen desserts / parfaits of the Five Nights at Freddy's security breach characters, and then a little cameo of Markiplier. Looking at my drawings. And then here is my sketch for a Kirby copy ability poster that I made because I love Super Smash Bros. So I'll share a picture of what the final poster looked like as well. Some more sketches. Sometimes I look at Pinterest and then just try to recreate the drawings, whether it's in just black and white or in full color, just for some practice. Here we have some more digital pieces pasted in next to the traditional sketches. Here we have a line done in Posca marker with some pen sketches in between, some stickers that I got from different things that I ordered throughout the year. On the left, you guessed it, more food sketches. This is from a trip to a local restaurant that we went to. They had things like a little seafood salad, to a pasta dish, to tiramisu for dessert. So these are just quick pen sketches of those. On the right here is some sketches that I did with alcohol markers. One of just a random made-up character, and one is of Navia from Genshin Impact. So here you can see the start of another year in the same sketchbook where I wrote my art goals for 2024. I had some follower goals, some Etsy sale goals, and then some more ambiguous like goals that I had for myself, whether it was to make more of certain types of content or to just give myself breaks. And overall, I think I accomplished most of them for that year. And then on the right side, some more marker doodles. Here we have a digital piece of Navia from Genshin Impact that I did on my iPad. And not acrylic, but alcohol marker sketch of Gaming from Genshin Impact. And then for a while at the beginning of the year, I was pretty sick. So all I could do is lay in bed, watch TV, and draw. Here's another example of posting like a post-it note and then drawing over it just for a little change in texture and color. Here I made a little bit of a border for the digital piece that I pasted in, which is now kind of coming up from the page, but that's okay. Here I drew little chibis of me and my husband, which you might have seen on my various social media. Some more marker doodles. This one is of cats with their heads in slices of bread. And then just some random doodles. And in 2024, my husband and I went with some friends to Japan. Here are some pencil sketches that I did for the illustration club at my workplace. A few Hatsune Mikus. So here I was commissioned to create peeking stickers of a bunch of different Trigger Animation Studio characters for one of my friends. So I pasted some of the practice stickers in my sketchbook alongside more pen sketches and another digital piece. Here we have Lumine from Genshin Impact, as well as some stamps that I bought while I was in Japan. Not much to say here. These are just some doodles of characters with meatballs. Some fruit sketches, some sketches of Zuko, and then Link from Tears of the Kingdom. This is a sketch that I wanted to turn into like a t-shirt design, but I wasn't really liking how it was turning out, so maybe I'll revisit this again someday. Here, I designed a couple of options for another rubber stamp design, and then in the lower right is the final product, which you can see came from this sketch. Some more potential sticker or product doodles. Some bleed through. And again, I jumped around a bit, so this is actually a dessert that I got while I was in Japan. And this is Zuko right here visiting on set. Hi, buddy. This is from a gift box of cookies that we brought home from our trip. And then some more pen sketches on the right. Alright, what do you think about this page, bud? These are just some pink fashion sketches from a book that I bought. And then I attended another conference held by Asians in Advertising. It's a great group. I work in graphic design. If you're interested in that kind of career group, I would definitely recommend it. Everyone is so nice there. Some more Stabilo pen sketches and some stickers I got from an order from Egg Butter Toast. And then these are some quick eye designs done in alcohol marker. This year I tabled at Anna Medford. And then we have a Posca marker sketch. Some more stickers I designed. And more potential design ideas. And then I cut out some of the packaging from a Kewpie mayo bottle, posted it in my sketchbook, and then also placed my own sticker design based off of the Kewpie mayo bottle. And then here we have the White Rabbit like milk candies, and then my artist version of said bunny and the little moon cake. And then I got dumplings and like pork buns at a food court restaurant in a mall, so I posted their cute little packaging designs in my sketchbook alongside just random red pen sketches. Here we have I'll Hate Them from Genshin Impact. And then some, I think it's eggs and spam on toast. And then I went to a fun little tourist trap called Prehistoric Gardens that's on the west coast on the way down to the Redwoods. And they had this giant beached like fish dinosaur recreation, like a statue of it in the middle of the woods. So I drew it because I thought it was silly. And we're almost at the end of the sketchbook now. So here we have, again, a random assortment of pen sketches, Posca marker doodles, some digital work pasted in the sketchbook, and stickers from stuff that I did, in which case visiting the Arboretum in Portland, Oregon. And then this is the last page of this sketchbook. We're closing it out with, again, a nice combination of digital works and traditional sketches. So I know that was a lot of pages to go through. I hope you liked seeing just a glimpse at like what my sketchbooks look like. This was really late in recording, so hopefully with my next sketchbook, as soon as I finish that one, I will get a new sketchbook tour out to you guys. But thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for all your support this year. I hope you have a wonderful holiday season and a happy new year. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye!